Hello everybody. Obviously today's show, the fundamentals of mixing, how you get started, and just debunking any kind of fears that you guys might have about mixing. So yeah, on that note, we're going to roll a VT. We have all sorts of slideshows and stuff like that ready. They're not the best, but hopefully they'll give you a good idea of what you need to start your DIY journey. See you in a second. And we're live. Hello, everybody. Hello. Those that are watching later on. Hello to you guys too. Hello to the replay crew. But yeah, today we're just going to be going across a couple of things to do with starting out in DIY. Obviously, what kind of kit you need. Hopefully, if people are in the chat, we can talk about what kind of flavors interest you and kind of guide you into what kind of flavors you would get in. And, just try and debunk the, this is scary kind of element of mixing, because it really ain't once you get into it. But yeah, hello. Obviously, we weren't on yesterday. I was having a bit of family time yesterday. The weekend before, we were over on the Vaping Truckers feed. That was amazing to be a part of. So much love to everyone involved and everybody that, just got involved, because it was amazing. And quite humbling, we're only a little channel and we got invited on a worldwide stage, so it was absolutely amazing. But yeah, hope everyone's all right. Feel very free to just spam with comments, and we'll talk about mixing and hopefully put on a good little show for you, because we've been mixing quite a while now. But yeah, where to start? Where do you start with mixing? Where do you start?
What inspired you to start?
What inspired me to start? I wasn't to do anything to do with like, I'm paying too much for liquid or anything like this. I just wanted to try and see if I could do it. I wanted to try and see if I could make something that was maybe a little bit better, a little bit more interesting than the run of the mill. So that's kind of what got me on the journey of DIY and obviously Eliquid creation and manufacturer. So yeah, what inspired you then, Chris?
Seemed like something interesting, and I was a tight-fisted person where it's like, it's going to be cheaper.
Well, it is. It's a lot cheaper. It is a lot cheaper as long as you don't go. It's very much like anything in vaping. The deeper you go down the rabbit hole, the more it's going to cost. I mean, even for obviously Live Lounge, we have something like 400 different flavors now, and it ain't cheap. But as a step into DIY, it doesn't have to cost more than say 40 quid. And with that 40 quid, you're gonna get quite a bit of liquid out of that, even if you're not really keen on it. So the initial outlay isn't bad. All you need is a set of scales. Hang on, I've got banners and stuff that I'll throw up. Not actually throw up, but just fling on screen for a minute, and we'll talk about DIY and everything in and around. We're not going to touch too much on nicotine madness, you might think. But you can obviously mix with nicotine, but we're not really getting into that, because we as manufacturers try and create with kind of nick shots in mind. I think that's fair to say. We try and make it as authentic to the end user as what they're getting. So we use Nick shots. We don't use 72 milligram or anything like that. And where we at? Is that one? That's the banner. Let's have a look. No, not that one. This one, kit. Digital scales you are going to need. You are going to need digital scales that read up to 0.00, so 2 decimal places. Anything over that, is decent for bigger mixes. But anything up to 100 mil, I would definitely recommend a 2 decimal place electric scale. And you want those as accurate as you can get. We're mixing by weight. That's the most affordable, least messy, best way to mix. So basically scales, 100% the way to go. Then you want bottles or flasks with, I'll just mute you, Chris. Bottles or flasks with stoppers. So you want bottles, flasks with the cork stoppers. Anything that you can cap, will do you pretty well. Obviously, you need concentrates. You're going to need propylene glycol. You're going to need vegetable glycerin, and you're going to need marker pens or labels. And that's pretty much it. It's as deep and as in-depth as you want to go when it comes to getting concentrates in the first place. But I'd always say look around the profile you're using. I could rhyme off 10, 20 flavors that you should get. But, some of those might be, they might be tobacco, they might be custard. You might not like those. So always start off around what you like. Let's get rid of that one. And get Chris unmuted again. Hello, mate. It was just a bit bangy. But yeah, hello, everybody.
Hello,
Here's our Shrek. And our Garrett's in. How you doing, man? Yeah, we were just doing a little talk about the kit you need. So you're going to need some digital scales. They're only good. So 0.00. So you're looking for a 2 decimal place scale. They don't have to be expensive. The one I just use here is not the same as the one we use at the lab. But, it's good. And this cost a tenner. A tenner. They look like a scale for someone else. But 2 decimal place, and that will do you well up to about 100 grams or 100 mil. Anything above that, you just want 1 decimal place, which will probably see you up to a litre. You work with what you got. Oh, God. Someone's taking the piss. Hello. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. I got sharpened up this weekend, and it was really, really nice. So, yeah, on top of that, you're going to need bottles. What have we got here? Obviously, you can buy these bottles. There's a Gorilla V3s. You can use flasks. You can use anything with a lid and a good seal. I would, if you're thinking of storing long term, try and get the frosted glass. Like the dark amber bottles, which you can get off Amazon, eBay, anywhere like that. But for my mixing purposes, because we go through quite quickly in rotation, I just use these little disposable little things. Or alternatively, we have a massive supply of Gorilla bottles, 50 and 100 ml. But those things, Chris looks a bit tired, doesn't he? You tired today, Chris?
I've been tired for like 3-4 days.
You've been working non-stop, haven't you? Yeah, it's hard. I've got that next week. I've got something like 24 hours worth of overtime to do on top of my normal job of night shift. So it's going to be intense. So we've got scales. We've got bottles of vials. What else was there? We have, I'll just flick it back up again so I know what. PG, so propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin. Obviously, you need your concentrate and marker pens and labels. When buying concentrates, initially, I wouldn't go any bigger than 10 mil, which are these little bad babies. So 10 mil bottles, and you can work your way up to things like this, which are 500 mil up to a litre. Kind of, just build up. Don't go wild in the beginning. You find your flavour, see what you like, and just go from there, basically. But like I say, work to your profile. So if you're a fruit lover, and you have a particular fruit like apple, buy a couple of apples. Something like this, £2, £2.50, Mullenbury 10 mil, and that you think that might not be a lot, but it is quite a bit in reality. Considering you're only going to be mixing between probably 8 and 10%, that's going to go a long way, even as a 10 miller. So you don't need to go absolutely wild. if I was to add all of those little bits up, you're probably looking at about 30 quid. 30 quid, to get your foot on the door of DIY. So it's not majorly expensive. There's nothing major to be scared about. You don't need any specialist kind of safety equipment unless you mix in with nicotine. Obviously, we do create to be used with nic shots, so that's what we kind of use when we're mixing, but we do have higher strength nicotine available. But yeah, like I say, it's not a massive expense to start DIY, and it's not at all. And then all you need is a nice little RDA, a single flavor banger, and you're good to go. Let's have a look. Comments are coming in. Oh, cheers, Shrek. Rah, first YouTube, smash it, fam. Obviously, we have been missing. I know, man. I know. We are fresh cut, and Chris is looking very lined up where I kind of went for it. I kind of faded my job. But it's my first one since before COVID. I've been getting skinheads and home haircuts now for ages.
I love the mullet. Love the mullet.
That is a pretty kick-ass mullet, man. Is it better than the Bogans? I think it is. I think it's a little bit more rock star, to be fair. I reckon. No, the Bogan needs to watch out.
But I love the Bogan's haircut. I just couldn't rock it.
Yeah, cheers, man. We're feeling sharp. So we've covered the basics of what you need. Like I say, something like this, I can't drop links, but something like this is going to be a tenner. You can go as evolved as 120 quid. Kind of really, really super precision scales. But these are pretty decent for, these are pretty decent for what you need to get started with. How are you today, lads? Spot on. I'm good. How are you? Who is he? Who are you? So yeah, let's have a look at the next. I need to have a look, see what we've got coming up, man. I've uploaded them all to the stream, but
to the vault of doom.
To the vault. Document the importance of keeping a record, a solid notebook, and note taking. So, just as it says, take notes on everything you do. Flavor test as much as you can. Keep your maths really simple. If you're testing a flavor out, just run it at 10 mil, and then it's pretty basic maths, isn't it? If you wanted 5% of flavor, you're testing a flavor at 5%, it's 0.5 grams to 9.5 grams of base mix or PGVG. And if I was doing a 5% test, I would put 0.5% say cheesecake, and I'd put 2.5% PG. Then I'd put 7 grams of VG, and that would give us a 70-30 mix. So keep your maths as simple as possible until you get a little bit more into it. And then, you can just mess about with your style and obviously different mix ratios and stuff like that. But the majority of flavorings are PG. So that's a PG based. 99% of flavorings are PG. You can get VG flavoring, but just for the base of this, 99% are PG based. So it's pretty easy to factor in when you're doing your mixing, especially if you're using simple maths like doing a mix at 10 mil. It just makes things that little bit more simple. I'm going to have a quick drink because I'm thirsty. And obviously a notebook, I don't have mine with me because I'm an absolute fridge magnet today. Right.
You usually use ELR though, don't you, sir?
Yeah, I've started putting them on ELR. I do prefer the kind of paper method, but I normally have one of my notebooks kicking. There it is. I found it, see? It's always close by. Right, screw that bit again. So this is my tone. This is where I put my flavour notes. So when I do a test, and then I transfer everything into my big tone, which is my Bible of flavours. So, all of these are already pre-tested. They're in my notebook, so I know what kind of flavour profile they are. Some of them aren't as they say. What did we do the other day? Was it panna cotta? No, it wasn't panna cotta. Which one did I say? No, I think it might have been panna cotta, I think it might have been panna cotta, and I said it tasted very much like a custard cream biscuit and not the cream part.
Shrek, with what you've just said, Peter can totally agree with you on you make a 10-minute knock-up, put on ELI, and then it kicks off. You put in the wrong ingredients. You put in the wrong category. You get it all the time. There's a little email.
Yeah. That's I keep most of mine private until I know that they're all right. Don't make it public until you know that you've all the flavors. And even when you think you've got it right, you probably haven't. Like this dark arts cookie, dark arts that's probably something totally random and weird. Um, you can't get it right every time, and sometimes some of that slagging is quite useful because it keeps their algorithms right. But I know I used to get really upset about getting told off on there. But when you understand the reason about it and why, they are very strict on the flavourings.
You cannot post that flavour. Little moustache, yeah.
But there is valid reason. There is valid reason with guys. It's because it messes the algorithm. So if you were to type in a certain flavour, then it wouldn't show up, or it'll give you something absolutely right. It doesn't make it accurate. So yeah, that's why. So basically, whenever you make a recipe, just make sure you're writing down every measurement. So, and like I say, start with basic maths. If it's 1%, obviously in a 10 mil mixture, and you're wanting 1%. Or if you're wanting 10% of that would be 1 gram. So 10% of 1 mil or 10 grams is 1 gram. So that's your 10%. So if you're wanting 1%, it's a 0.1 gram. If you're wanting 0.5%, it's 0.05 gram. Just keep the maths as simple as you can. So I hope I didn't mess anyone's head up there, but it is, don't be scared of the maths. The maths is what makes it happen and keeps it accurate. But it's not hard. And like they say, there are calculators out there.
There's loads of calculators, yeah.
There's loads of calculators out there. So if you are struggling and you can't be bothered to do the maths, most of them will even give you like a variant on there. So if you typed in Capella strawberry, it'll give you a means tested kind of version. So it'll tell you how much to use in comparison to what everyone else is using it at. So it'll probably come up like 3%. Doesn't mean you have to stick with that, Try to your taste and see how you go. Just on strawberry, there's a lot of people that are absolutely strawberry numb. Strawberry blind, we call it. Strawberry blind. What do you have on your head, Chris? He's lost with the maths. Gareth is lost with the maths. Hello, guys. Hello. So yeah, mixing DIY doesn't have to be scary. Keep it as simple as you can. Don't go out and buy loads of things that you would never normally buy in reality. Like I try, and when I first started, I was just basing it off food. So like a Danish, I'd go and find a buttery Danish flavour, then add some fruits in and stuff like that, and try and keep it simple. Like, when you first start, I'll try and do like a 3 flavour mix. Don't go absolutely insane. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Have I already done that? Yeah, document. Make sure you write everything down. Flavour test. Always flavour test at 5%. On normal flavours. For flavours like Flavora in Awera, I would only test at 1%. Because they are a lot more potent. Your profile. Start out with what you know and buy your flavour stash around your profiles. Like it says, if you're a fruity person, you wouldn't go out and buy loads of desserts or tobaccos. Just start off the way you mean to go on. Don't go wasting money unnecessarily that you don't have to spend, because you'll just start getting a little bit upset with yourself, really. Any new fruity flavours? We do have, and there's loads of new flavour concentrates out as well. There's loads.
I love the fact that people think I'm haunting the place now. I'm that white.
Mate, I've got to turn. If I open my curtains, I'll be as white as a sheet. I've had to shut all the curtains in the house. It's just the cameras, man. They just pick it up, so I look like I'm quite tanned where I'm not really. But yeah, don't go wild, guys. Just stick out. Try and get, like, for your first flavour buy-in, just buy like 10 flavours. If you like your strawberries, maybe get some, try some strawberries, get some biscuit flavours in there, try some creams, and, just work. Exactly. Just work around that initial strawberry flavour. You could go many different paths and just try and think what will go with what. So you can get your creams, you could even go meringue. You could go like Chris says cheesecake. You can go for custard. You can do all sorts of things. But if I'll just write down. So I would always get a custard, even even if I don't like custard, it's a really good thickener. I'd definitely say get a custard, 100%. Buy a custard whenever you do. So a fruit assortment, even if you're into your bakeries, buy a couple of different fruits. Because, you could be really into your blackberries, but, you can easily flip that from a dessert to a nice fruit punch kind of flavour.
Shrek's last comment. That didn't work for me. I stay with 10.
Yeah, mate. Absolutely. We've got 400 on site here, and then we've got more back at there. But we can't keep everything up here because it's only a house, and I get told off for littering the place. But yes, we do have some new fruity flavours, man. We do have some new fruity flavours. We have, just not a shame myself plug, but Meow Mix is hitting the website. It's not listed yet. That's listed. And this one is coming soon, which is our custard. So that'll be here within 4 weeks. Custard in 4 weeks, and it's divine. So yeah, I would always start off with custard, fruit, cream. But it's so easy. You can even do like a brainstorm diagram. So I could put strawberry, and then you could just write all the things around it.
Like, for mine, it'd be mango, papaya, and guava.
Yeah.
Just all three.
You could do like a daiquiri. You could invite some alcohol kind of flavouring into that. You could do ice cream.
Mango sorbet.
Do a sorbet. So in a sorbet, you're going to want some kind of cooling. So obviously WS-23. You could add a tiny bit of that in there, and it's just so easy to evolve. Like, I don't know if you can see that. So strawberry, you can do strawberry tart. You can do that is how you spell daiquiri, ice cream, custard. That's how, and you could just pick 10 flavours based around all of that, but have strawberries in there. It's where I would start off if I was going to buy anything. Starting off as a noob rather than just going out and buying loads of stuff that you're never going to use. And family disappointment, mate, that's kind of here, but under a different guise. That's here under a different guise. That is, help me out, Chris, what's it called? The bubonic. The bubonic. So yeah.
I was going to say family disappointment is going to be, it's been reworked, isn't it? Because the bubonic took its place for now.
Yeah, the bubonic. So if you want a bit of booze, mate, bubonic's the way to go. LiveLoungeLiquids.com. If you want to try new things, see what we do, LiveLoungeLiquids.com, you can buy our liquids, and you can kind of see, well, hopefully you can see the evolution of certainly brand, but also flavours as well. I mean, none of our flavours are like boring, run-of-the-mill kind of flavours. They are highly complex flavours anyway. But yes. Anyway, where are we at? Before I get taken off track too much. Not that one. Yeah, that's one we've just done. So steep times, the highly debated debacle. How long do you steep, and what's the best method? Anybody? How do you steep? Get in the comments. How do you normally steep?
I put in a cold, dark area that's cold to room temperature, and I leave it for at least 2 weeks. Dessert 6 weeks minimum. I don't know what this is, Mark. You need to try it. I'm telling you, you'll love it. It's really nice, actually. I'm not a rum fan, but I like it.
It is good. So, yeah, how do you guys steep? Have you heard anything that has thought, oh, that's a little bit mental? I know a lot of people think that you can use heat. If you're using heat, it's going to make it less viscous. So it's going to be easier to mix, shake. That's pretty much about it. There is no accounting for time. Time is the only, like Chris says, fritzle it. Put it somewhere, forget about it. Don't go back and shake it 2 or 3 times a day. Give it one good shake after you've mixed it. Leave it alone. A couple of weeks. Give it another shake. Leave it alone. You only want, you can over aerate and absolutely blitz your flavours out of it. So don't go mad. shaking it and mixing it and just harassing the living death out of your liquid. Time is the best way.
Use the Litfer approach. Leave it the fuck alone.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Put it somewhere nice. And if it's bad, when you make it and you think, oh, that's not really nice, I wonder if steeping will make this better. No, it won't. Steeping won't make a bad liquid good. It'll make a good liquid better. You know, if it's bad, straight to the bin. Straight to the bin. Work on it again. Reach out to someone. We have the forum. If something's not working for you, share your recipe, and I'm sure someone will help put you on the right direction. But yeah, not everything is worth saving. You cannot save everything, and some things are just absolute garb. But yeah,
I wish I kept that recipe for that lychee lemonade.
that won't be hard to reproduce, mate. It won't be hard.
Not really. It's just it was awesome.
So that's basically steeping covered. If anyone has any questions, feel very free to fire away in the comments. Steeping. Right. So low Nick simplicity. Do I need to buy 72 milligram?
Yes.
No.
Be a tight-fisted Yorkshireman. Yes.
Chris always likes to go big, but you don't need to buy 72 milligram nicotine. If you are mixing with nicotine, I do always advise that people wear gloves when they're mixing it in. I never do because I'm a dick. I just bite the tops off the little and then add them in. But if you're using anything above 18 milligram, I would definitely suggest wearing gloves when you're mixing, especially if you're on 72 milligram. Wear them gloves, or even higher. You know, that's just the cap here in the UK. It could be even higher in your country. I know you can get 100 milligram, you get 1,000 milligram. I'm pretty certain. But yeah, don't be silly. Wear gloves. If you spill it, wipe it up. Wash your hands, and just make sure you keep yourself safe.
Don't bathe in it.
Yeah, don't bathe in it. Don't get it on yourself. Used to buy 100 milligram Nick. Yeah, I'm sure the max in the UK for non-business purposes is 75 milligram now. You may still be able to get 100 milligram from some places. I don't know. That's not something I'll really dive into because, like I say, I like to experience what end user will experience, so that we always just Nick shot it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So no, you don't need to mix with high milligram nicotine. You can use your normal 18 milligram Nick shots, your 20 milligram Nick salts if you wish. I don't use Nick salts generally because, you know, I prefer. What's that? Distraction. I missed that comment. Ultrasonic with SNV Game Changer is more for pros. Yeah, you can put them in an ultrasonic. You know, there's loads of different tools and things at your disposal. I mean, I've got when we do big batch stuff, I've got a vibroplate. That might sound a bit silly, but it knocks all after a good old shake, put it on the vibroplate for 10-15 minutes, it knocks all the bubbles out and everything just settles lovely. It's not just simple things like that make life easy when you work into bigger batches and stuff. So yeah, there's also there's ultrasonic. What's the other one? What's the hydrophonic? Is it hydrophonic?
Well, that's only on TKD. It's a special. He's got patent.
All right, okay, yeah. So not on that one. So yeah, there's all sorts of methods. You can use massive bloody stirring implements. About 300 quid. Obviously, if you're into starting DIY, that's not going to be your game, is it? Yeah. Interesting stuff, man. Interesting. But like I said, if we do big mix, we normally just knock the bubbles out and try and get it settled down as quickly as possible. Put it in the steep room, leave it there. It's like a thermostat controlled room, constantly 18 degrees. It's not majorly cold. It's not majorly hot. It's just ambient temperature is what we go for. And then fruits we generally leave for between 2 and 4 weeks. Desserts 6 to 12 weeks, dependent. 6 to 12 weeks. 12 weeks, people might think it's mental, but we notice the difference and we test it all the way through. So steep times, 2 weeks. They'd be good. A lot of mixes are good off the shake. They're good off the shake, but if you leave them and you have a little bit of patience, they can turn into so much more.
I'm just tempted to just send Shrek the link to just jump in. He's typing that much, you might as well.
Send him. Get it. Are you free, Shrek? Do you want to come in? No.
If you type yes, I'll send it.
Mark, it's still there, mate. It's still there. It's still there. Just this is the new the love of labour of love.
I'll just send him the link. I'll be a sec.
Yeah. So yeah, that second vape isn't gone. LiveLoungeLiquids.com is a thing now. So we just evolved into more things basically. Chris has frozen. I wish I could do little drawings while he's gone. That would be so much fun. So much fun. But yeah, what we all vaping on before I move on. What we all vaping on. What are you vaping on, Chris?
I'm on the antidote, just because I'm trying out Ash's, our mate's Eliquid range. I'm on the blue raspberry.
Any good? Thoughts? This isn't a review,
Not
but
bad.
thoughts? I'm on a squonker today.
You've joined me.
I'm on a squonker, and it's the VT Inbox 75 DNA. I don't think the DNA 75 is a very good chip, to be fair, but it's all right, and it's been treating me well. And I put the little old school wasp nano on that, and that is a flavour beast with a new style coil on, which weren't around when these first came out. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving life with this.
What coil is it?
It is an ohm chaser for Alien, and I've turned it into a 9-wrap, a single 9-wrap. Shrek's at the pub. How long before it goes, mate? I don't know. There's a lot of things about second vape, mate. I don't really want to go too deep, but there are legal matters, not bad ones, just divorces and stuff. So yeah, we are keeping it going for as long as we can, mate, and then hopefully above and beyond forevermore. But there is always a possibility that second vape might go. So yeah, just putting that one there. We'll leave that one there for now. But yes.
So word of advice there: don't get married.
Word of advice: don't get married. But in other news, we'll have a good big crack after this, and get the bees out and cry into it. But yeah, back to this storage and sterilization. How do you store your liquids?
In a cold, anything from 5 to 18 degrees, and make sure there's no sunlight on it. No sunlight.
Exactly. My thumb looks a weird shade. Looks like I've been on the self-tan. What the hell? Yeah, this camera. But yes, Chris is right. It's got to be like kind of dark. It's got to be cool. Just be very mindful. If you're storing liquids or anything in direct sunlight, it's going to break that down and make it go bad pretty quick. But you can store e-liquid without nicking for as basically indefinitely. If it doesn't have nicotine in, then you're pretty much good to go until you add nicotine, and that's when the timer starts. All of this stuff is like kind of preservatives. It's food grade flavorings and stuff, and PG VG is like naturally antiseptic kind of thing. So it is going to last you indefinitely. So if you're having the out-of-date e-liquid at home that hasn't, got any nick in and it's well past its sell-by, don't worry about it. As long as it's been stored correctly, out of sunlight, and a decent little temperature, you'll be good to go until the end of time, until the zombies come and get you. Basically, that is that. But once you add the nicotine, I would say shelf life of a year, 2 year at a push if it's stored really, really well. I know over in the States, the guys have ordered loads and loads of nicotine, and that's in freezer, and they put like a methane gas or something on top to make sure there's no oxygen in there. They're hitting out for the long haul and hoping to get like 5-10 years out of their nicotine. So it does last a while, but always be like on the edge of caution. Make sure there's going to be no kids be able to get to your liquids or anything like that. If you do have if you store it in the kitchen, make sure it's got one of them child locks on. If you're storing it somewhere, like my little lab, my home lab is out back here. I'll make sure it's got a padlock on. It's bolted up night and day. No one gets in there. So just make sure you're mindful of everything around you. Obviously, pets. Just keep it safe, keep it stored out the way, and don't make a thing of it. But I think that's where that. It was a Fralian. It was a Fralian character. This doesn't focus in, but obviously it's a Wasp Nano. You can see it's full length of that deck. The leg at the end of it was just about the right size. That's 9 wrap. So it's good, man. And the flavour is insane. Nah. But yeah, Shrek's at the pub, you jammy little devil. Jammy little devil. How long before I died? I'm just scrolling in. Gareth leaves his on the desk. But, you know, if you've got kids with sense, that's fine. Unfortunately, you know, not all children have sense and they think it's like big and clever. Oh, I've taken Daddy's Eliquid to school. I'm going to show all my friends. You know what I mean? So you've got to be mindful. You really do have to be mindful. Not all kids are sus or do as they're told. So just preempt and guard yourselves against possible legal cases or really sick kids. Just be safe, man. Just be safe. Should we do some mixing today? I think we've covered the fundamentals. Basically, from today we've learned that you can get a full, you know, DIY kit for probably about 30 to 40 quid. 30, 40 quid. Scales, bottles, 10 concentrates. Maximum is going to cost you is 20 quid. A bottle of PG. A bottle of VG. If I can find me VG. Just a baby bottle. A bottle of VG. And, you know, you've got containers. You mix directly in these, so you don't need to go and buy a shit ton of beakers. Just put that on your scale, tar it, you know, 0 your scale, and then you can start adding in. It's that simple. It's not hard. So then, if anybody that don't think so, Mark, don't think so. Exactly that. It's good having kids that know what, you know, do as you tell. It really is.
If that doesn't work, make sure you have a very long belt.
Yeah, you're a lucky man. You're a lucky man, Mr. Unchaser. My children, they're not my children. I'm my stepdad. I'm not very good at listening with ears. So everything is hidden, everything's locked away. But yeah, pretty much, like I say, 40 quid. You don't need beakers. Mix directly. Scale. You don't need to go out and buy like a chemistry set. Nothing like that. Who's come in? Hang on. We have someone coming on. Mr. Shrek. You're in the beer garden. I hate you so much.
What's he having? What's he having hand pulled?
It's going to be something tasty, isn't it? I could do with a pint. I might actually go and get a can. I think I have a couple of cans of lager in the fridge while we mix some things. I have brought a couple of concentrates over there.
Belgian waffle with cream.
I'm back.
Hello, mate. How are you doing?
I'm on my Tinterwebnet because Wi-Fi's a bit crappy. I can see my house, but my Wi-Fi router doesn't reach this far.
So, Gareth, have you got any gems for people thinking about going into DIY?
Any gems? What?
Any gems of information for anybody thinking about going into DIY?
Well, I started off using Facebook as such. I kind of started off using like Vaporizzaros.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, but years and years ago there were no amounts. Les Picking helped me a lot with mixing.
That's a famous name, isn't it? Les Pickens.
Yeah. Bless him. He helped me out because he did like instructional videos. He didn't do lives. He did instructional videos on mixing. You know,
do you think we need to bring more of that back?
I think so. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, you've got the UK liquid mixing show, which is Benny and Co, which is a good idea. I do like it. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
But like with Les, he'd make a flavour, he'd try it, he'd see how it goes on, and then he'd like instruct people how to, mix it themselves and go like you've been doing, but making it like a more permanent video kind of thing, not like a live stream.
Yeah. I mean, I am thinking of breaking it down into different segments and like making it totally bomb-proof.
Yeah.
So for the next couple of months, you will like all those notes you've been put up that I've put up. I'll have like an overhead cam, and we'll like go through it like on a one-on-one, so people feel like they're getting one-on-one instruction on how to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna do. I kind of had a plan of doing it myself. If you know what I've carried on as it is. 1 second.
That's it. I'm getting a beer. I can still hear
You
I'm getting a beer, man. I'm getting a beer.
It's only shipyard. It's only a few shipyards.
Have one for me, will you?
I've got another one there.
Nah, good man.
It's a few tinnies before I go to it. Well, it's a few tinnies with a bit of a meal and get ready for NUVS tonight.
Oh, you going to be on there as well?
Yeah, James Meck's having a couple of weeks off.
Jesus.
He's got. I'm not going into it, but he's having a couple of weeks off. So
as long as it's all right.
Oh, he's all right. Yeah, Benny's asked me to step in for a couple of weeks while James sorts stuff out.
We love our Meg Tavish. He's a lovely guy.
He's going to be on tour next week on signings. Because I'll be somewhere up the Three Peaks in a coach.
But this isn't an arse kiss to the people at YouTube, but I haven't come across anyone or been on anyone's show so far that I thought I don't really like those people. Everybody that we've come across so far in the last year has been amazing. It's been nice. Is that Gareth? He's either stuck or he's just like, shut the fuck
Why
up.
is my internet going up for me? Yeah, we want you to come on. We want Live Lounge Liquids to come on Simon Saturday show. You don't have to stay for the full 5 hours. Or 5 hours, 4 minutes, like it was tonight. Chris has been on a few times, so don't be scared.
Yeah, it's just, with me, it's not, it's availability because I work night shift.
Yeah, okay.
So I do want to come on. I want to get on Simon's. I want to get on with Mr. Hooked on Funk on the 510 connection. We were invited on there as well. There's all sorts to plan in.
Well, Jay used to do Wednesday show, didn't he, as well?
I think so.
He did Monday with 510 connection, and then he didn't he used to do one on a Wednesday or something? I remember him doing 2 shows a week.
Like Jay does a mixing show with Disco Potato, or used to. I think she's taken a couple of weeks off. She's had a COVID jab and she's not very well, but that will be coming back. And then just see what the next couple of weeks holds, because it has been majorly busy. Obviously, last week we did the charity event, didn't we?
Yep.
And we didn't want to go live last week just because we didn't want to be stepping on toes. And while it was active, and then it moved back over the US, didn't it? But with our slot being at 6 o'clock, it kind of didn't.
Well, it's just that hammering it down here. I'm glad I'm up the cooler. Can you hear it?
I can hear
just about.
Is it thundering now?
As soon as people start coming into the smoking area, I'll have to shut off because everyone will be like, "What are you doing?"
No bother, mate. Absolutely no bother. I think there was this crazy guy.
Oh,
But I am going to mix something. I don't know what yet. I've grabbed a load of things to try and make. Well, I don't kind of know where I want to go with it. Like a Biscoff. And then we have some stuff here as well for like a strawberry cream. So what would anyone like to see? Do you want to see a Biscoff or do you want to see a strawberry cream?
Both.
I've only got one lid. I'll have to go wash my lid. Or I can make it in a bottle. I'll make one in a bottle, one in our little. Right. So,
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot off.
no bother, mate. Lovely to see you.
I'll interview with your feet in your radio.
Have a lovely.
Have a wonderful Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll be back. If it doesn't, it's been a pleasure as always.
See you in a bit,
Pleasure
mate.
to see you, mate. Bye.
Oh, bless him. He's lush, isn't he? He's
Can I
absolutely
keep him?
lovely. Yeah, you can keep him, mate. You can keep our Shrek. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird time. No one's used to seeing us on a Sunday. So, just drop some love if you're in the replay.
Is Sunday becoming the new fun day? That is the question.
a lot of people are going to be in the pub today. Isn't it today that all the pubs are allowed to go in?
Monday.
Monday. I thought it was Sunday. I thought it was the 16th.
No, I've been cleaning one ready for Monday.
Right, if you hear a low rumbling bark, that's my dog being an absolute douche. Right, we're going to go for a creamy strawberry kind of milkshakey thing. Let's have a look. What have we got? Root. I'll just open this up. No, not that. So what I'm gonna do
Peter, have a look at the chat.
Oh, what's happening?
The private.
No, not that, mate, not that. But we'll start off with kind of a strawberry cream. Strawberry cream.
Do you remember Maxibon?
Maxibon? They were beautiful, those sweets.
Can you imagine like a Lotus Biscoff strawberry cream filled version of a Maxibon?
Ooh, might be good. That hasn't come up very well.
Sugar, cream, strawberry, sugar. Boom. Diabito is pleased.
Right, come on, ALR, load up for me. Load up. Let's have a look. Might as well share the screen, eh? See where we are and basically the fundamentals of building out a recipe. Share screen. New recipe. There we go. We'll share that screen. Share it for now. See how it looks. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I can almost make it out.
Can we flip it around?
Oh, that's better.
Just playing about with the setting now. That's not good. Right, we'll leave it at that. We're going to have to go.
Beautiful.
Go big or go home. So what I'm going to do, we have two different types of sweet strawberry here. So we have Capella and we have TFA. It's good to layer up your strawberries, otherwise, like, they seem to die off after a couple of weeks. And like I say, strawberry blindness is very, very real. So
Amen.
Chris suffers from strawberry blindness. He probably won't be able to taste this recipe at all. I want to keep this one fairly sweet, fairly sweet, fairly simple. So I'm going to use the strawberry sweet by Capella and the strawberry sweet by TFA. You think there's not a massive difference, but there is difference. And it's just going to layer up and kind of help with that. So let's call it straw milk. We'll go for 50 ml at 0 milligram.
Are you sure you don't want to use the other name for it?
No. Not today. Right. So straw milk.
It'll only need, from what I've heard, 2 weeks to steep.
Yes, 2 weeks to 2 weeks to steep. Custard. If you're making a good custard, it's like a 4 to 6 week minimum.
I've heard from a legend.
Yeah. No, that's the wrong flavour. I need sweet strawberry. We'll go for TFA, and it's saying 3%. I want to bump that up a little bit to TFA isn't the strongest. I'm going to go. Neither of these are, to be fair. If it was a Flavora strawberry or a an Awara strawberry, like a Shisha strawberry, something like that, I'd be happy at 1.5%. There he is. I'm just thinking about in the background, mate. Just ignore me for a bit. I cannot see any comments or anything like that. So we're going for TFA, which is TPA, strawberry, sweet strawberry, 4.5%. We are going to add in sweet strawberry. What's your favourite strawberry, Gareth? What's your flavour?
He's
my flavour is strawberry. Yeah, a lot of my flavours are strawberry. Strawberry, sometimes raspberry.
What concentrate strawberry would you use?
I do like to try a load of them, but I generally stick to my strawberries.
Yeah,
there are only one or two bad ones.
Which strawberry concentrate's your favourite or preferred?
I've got about 5. At the moment, I can't even say it. Saboma strawberry jam.
You've got me saying it wrong now.
Yeah. SUV. I just call it sub. I just call it sub strawberry jam. It's easier. Sorry for the shaky picture. No tripod in pub, and nowhere to put me phone because no, and no, that's not a green screen behind. That's daylight.
But how awesome is my little chair? Doesn't it make you think of what do you call it? That film, The Shining. Welcome to.
Sorry, somebody just came and asked me if I wanted any more beer. Yeah, of course I do.
Silly question.
This comes in pints. I'm having another.
No, I used sub strawberry jam. In a way, yeah. INW. I ain't got my teeth in today.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Shisha strawberry. I generally use that as like a booster. TFA strawberry ripe, TFA organic strawberry, even though technically they're the same thing. And what's the one I sometimes use? I've got another one I just can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't used it in a long time. But yeah, I've got 4 there. I use 99% of the time.
Right. So I've made this one fairly simple, just for obviously people getting into mixing. So I've got strawberry sweet by TFA. I've got strawberry sweet by Capella. We've got whipped cream by Flavora in there. We've got dairy milk. We've got cheesecake, and it's dairy milk, not dairy milk, chocolate. We've got cheesecake. It's a very low back note. I don't want to vanilla this up, so I'm not putting any vanilla notes, any crazy vanilla notes in there anyway. So I'll mix this. It should be a good little off the rip banger. Definitely works on paper.
And then the rinse again.
So we want.
That's absolutely bombing it down in Wakefield today.
Yo, mate.
It's absolutely bombing it down with rain in Wakefield today.
Yesterday.
I've got to see what it's like in sunny York, just to see if I can show off, because you're not far away.
I'm only 30 miles away.
It's not raining, but it's going to.
Yeah, I had that feeling about half an hour ago, and yeah, it is now, but I'm safely in the smoking shelter. That isn't the smoking shelter anymore, it's the...
it's the vape lodge.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, the choice of beer.
1 or 2 then.
What's the pints like, Gareth, in a proper pub? I've not been in one since lockdown started.
Describe it to us.
Yeah,
I've
just
I've
talk us
tried.
through it, man.
I've tried getting Shipyard in cans, and it just ain't the same. It's not as strong. It's not as cold. You can't get the temperature right. And in pub, it's like the temperature's cock on. It's really nice. And if you're down on quick enough, you get really pissed really quick.
Nice.
To me, it tastes stronger than Brewdog.
Yeah, but I like Brewdog, but I think there's a time and a place for Brewdog. It's like with a steak dinner or something like that, and that's me for Brewdog.
I know my bin man's gonna hate me on Tuesday when he comes to empty bin, because I got that can crusher over there, and I've been waiting. I ordered it from China, so I've been waiting for it for a couple of weeks. So I thought, well, I'll keep all the cans, so I'll keep a bit of space in my bin, and 1 week when I've not got much recycling to do, I'll just pump up my arms by crushing all these cans. Yeah, 700 cans.
Jesus.
So let me get this right. You have a can crushing device.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can you please use it, film it, and put it in Live Lounge? We want to see this.
It's even got a bottle opener on the bottom, which is good.
Oh my god, that's god tier.
Which, well, it doesn't really affect me because 9 times out of 10 I use Budweiser where you just screw the top off.
I don't know how I feel about that. Do you not think that the new Budweisers with the twist off caps is not as fizzy as the ones where you got a proper jolt it off?
I'm not a fan of fizz.
Fizzy bubbly is awesome.
No, I'm not a fan of fizz because 99% of the time 99% of the time when I have Budweiser and stuff like that, it's cap off, turtle lips, empty, bin. So when you've got fizz, it kind of fucks up the process of drinking it quick, doesn't it? You end up burping for about 10 minutes.
I thought being North Hemisphere, it'd be the same as us, just like, I'm not going to drink this quick, I'm going to savour it. This costs money.
Nah, I like that. 99% of the time, I've got a limited amount of time to do a limited amount of things, so I tend to just throw it down a snack. I taste it later when I burp. Oh, that were a good one.
I'm surprised you're not a JD guy.
Don't do top shelf. I'm not a top shelf. Yeah, I know. I've got a double chin. I'm looking down. If I look up with them, all right. There we go. No, double chin.
Oh no, I have to do it because I've got that facial fuzz where it barbs. So you got to sort of like scratch it off your own flesh. It's just like, that's lovely. That hurts. Keep a straight face.
I'm still laughing about your haircut.
I love my haircut. It's awesome.
On camera, you do look like Bert and Ernie.
He's our McTavish. She's in. Hello, mate. We just talking about you. We hope you're all right.
I sent him. I sent Mac the show link, so it's because Mac's wanting to learn how to mix.
Oh yeah, we'll watch it later, and we are going to be going into more detail. So you missed the beginning. We are going to be going into more detail in a series of videos. So, any questions? Fire away.
There you go, James. Right about now, Mac's going. That's 1, 2, 3 shows Gary's been on this weekend.
That's not bad of the shake. I'll make this one visible. I'll drop it in the chat. That ain't bad.
Well, if James, I can't see what's going on with chat because I'm in pub and on phone, and no, I'm not working tomorrow, so it's all right.
I can't believe you have to explain to people when you work and when you don't. It's none of their business.
Well, look at last night with Rowan Fletcher. Do you get breathalyzed every time you drive a bus because you're always pissed up on Blue Dog?
Yeah.
Well, without sounding funny, does he employ you? I don't think he does.
No, but the amount of trolls that are on the internet.
Oh, it's ridiculous how much people will pry into your life, mate.
Yeah, there's that many people that would actually get in contact with my bosses and stuff like that and say, "Oh, yeah, they were on the show last night and he drank 42 cans of BrewDog. How can you employ him when he's drinking all this beer?"
All your employers should do is all your employers should say is, if he's had 42 cans over the weekend, good on him. We might get him a badge. Let's see if he can push to 43. It's none of their business.
Can you hear that?
Is that the rate?
Every year and every year.
You can't hear that much, though.
Absolutely bombing it down.
It's quite tame, really. But yeah, I've just posted that recipe up. So if anyone wants to have a little mix of that strawberry, it's not a strawberry anything, really. It's just a creamy strawberry. It's not a creamy ice cream. It's not like a shake. It's just like strawberries and cream. There's no vanilla, you know. You could easily turn that into a milkshake by adding some kind of gelato. It'd be really nice. So as a base recipe for like a strawberry cream, you would start there and evolve into something.
The late night vape show. You hear it.
Hello, mate. How you doing? Oh, bless you.
We've already said about you. Make late night vape show as well. You do a bit of mixing with your nuts.
Yes.
Not literally.
Doesn't mix it with these nuts, guys. We're thinking of health and safety.
Yes, Mick, I am in the pub. Mick, are you driving your taxi at the moment?
You legend.
Because
you said
I
you
could shuffle off. I can't see my house. It's that way.
You want the lift, aren't you?
That road. Huh?
Dount Road. I love it.
Say again.
Dount Road.
That road. Damn. No, you don't say the T.
He's on Scuba's nuts.
Is Mick?
Or Scuba Nick's.
Is Mickey in a taxi or is he at home?
He's in his taxi tonight. This afternoon, even. I bet it's manic. I bet, best trade on the planet to be in at the minute. You are going to be getting called left, right, and centre.
Oh, it will be from tomorrow.
Tips everywhere. Come on. Give Mick a tip.
All pubs open tomorrow. Mick quits in. Well, Mick wants, I'll forward him the link and let Mick come on for 5 minutes. Simmons is extremely famous.
He's so famous. But I really do enjoy watching Mick. Good lad.
I think he's got the same kind of humour. I think he's got the same kind of level of humour as me.
Yeah, daft.
Very dry, very funny. And if people don't like it, well, he ain't got a sense of humour. Sorry.
I agree with you.
But bless, yeah. Tips for Mick. If you're in Mick's taxi, your chances are you'll never be watching this, but if you are, give him a tip, a good tip, 20 quid. No bother.
Let us know if Mick says that he wants to bob on for 5-10 minutes, because this rain ain't stopping. So if he wants to bob on,
absolutely.
I know it's not sure. I don't want to force your hand, but if he wants to bob on for 5 minutes, I'll send him link.
But yeah, get him to come on. Love to see him.
Well, you can see chat. I can't.
I want to complain about my t-shirt.
Well, do it. I'll tell you then.
Kick off.
My t-shirt's all right. It's an 8XL. It fits.
What branding?
Big Dude Clothing. It's not a lie, is it?
We are introducing clothing, but we're not going that big.
Yes.
Yes. We're going up to double XL or XL on the new
small,
range.
medium, large, XL, and double XL.
So the XL will just fit Simon then.
But
this is double XL. It's a good like roomy kind of fit, but these are 100% cotton, printed by hand, screen printed with
love.
with love, environmentally friendly inks.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Actually,
if anyone is,
I'll be 2 minutes.
no bother, mate.
I've got to go for a tinkle, and Sam's just sent me something on WhatsApp, so I'll be 2 minutes.
Hang on, I'll pop him off the stream just for a second.
Bless him.
It'll only be a minute.
Can I keep him? I want to adopt so bad.
You want to keep everybody. You want to keep everybody all of the time, Chris. But yeah, we're just having a little chill out, a little bit of a mix, a little bit of a chat. Obviously, I'm on a VT inbox, Squonk. Really not a fan of squonking, so I thought I'd pull this out, put the little wasp banana one. Obviously, I'm not squonking because I'm making. That's so good, man. So good. Crazy Vapors in the house. How you doing, Russell? How you doing, sir? It's not Zoom, it's StreamYard. So you can just click the link. He's nipped off out. He'll come back in. And you're very welcome to come on, mate. It'd be lovely to see you, mate. I'm trying to think if I don't think I have your thing on Messenger or anything. Oh, wow. So what are we doing? Are we just sitting indoors hoping not to get flooded? Or are we taking action? Are we barricading homes?
Whatever you do, don't cry. You're just adding to the problem.
Yeah, we'll see, mate.
I think Apple it does, but don't quote me on it.
I know it does on Android because that's where I've used it in the past. I think it does. I'm sure it does work on Apple. I'm sure it works on Apple. Because StreamYard isn't just for streaming things. I've figured out a way to spy on the dog and keep him in check when we go to work. StreamYard can be used for many things.
Yeah, I got a notification when I had the login details before I reset my phone. Like, oh, there's a stream starting. What's this? It's a fucking
Aussie.
dog.
Yeah, Aussie,
Yeah.
Aussie the dog. Yeah. So that was fun times. The town next up, Russell, is getting evacuated by boat. Jeez.
So,
That's bad, man.
have you got like sandbags being delivered? Are your council doing anything? Or is it like York Council where they do absolutely nothing until you're starting to drown and then go, we'll give you sandbags now. This will really help.
Yeah,
They're really, really organised.
Stay safe, Russell, and much love to the family. Just do what you can, man. I don't know what you do about pets in those situations. Like, do you put them upstairs?
You've got to, I assume.
Just put them upstairs and then look after yourself. I don't know.
It's a bad situation to be in.
Give them the best help. Yeah, it's not nice, man. So just keep your family safe and your loved ones close if you can. But yeah, strawberry milk.
Whereabouts is it that you reside, Russell? Oh, shit.
That's not great, man. That's not great.
I mean, I'm in York, so if it's anything from from up north, I usually get it about 3 days later. Hey up, Simon.
Yeah, but not north. York is prone to flooding, isn't it? York is prone to flooding, so.
And I'm very close to the river. It's a minute and a half walk.
Yeah, but up in Newcastle, we're pretty safe, to be fair. Pretty safe up there, but you know, it can't be nice. Keep your batteries dry.
Very true.
Here in Canvas where it's flat as a pancake. Geez, must take a bit of water to cover all that area then. But yes, we've got Mick in. We've got Simon in. Shrek will be coming back in a bit. Oh, bless him. He's playing out. He's having a couple of pints and just enjoying his bit self. I don't blame him, mate. if I could have been at the pub today, I probably would have been brown on nights tonight, so I can only have one or two, and then plenty of time to wash it off. But yes, we've done one. We've got a strawberry milk nailed down. If anyone wants to see that recipe, you know, and you can use that as a base to skip and a jump to like a strawberry. You could add some gelato in there and make it a strawberry kind of shake. Quite easily make a strawberry shake out of that. You could turn it into a full-blown cheesecake if you wanted by subbing out some of the creams and adding a bit more like graham cracker and kind of leveling it out that way. I could turn that into a cheesecake quite easily.
What about a Biscoff sort of maxi-bon?
It's our Missy.
Hello, Missy.
You get very one-tracked onto a thing, don't you, Chris? It's like maxi-bon.
I'm like, I can't help it. I just concentrate on one thing till it's done.
Yeah, so if we do have any DIYers in the audience, he's famous, Mick. Let's add him in. How you doing, mate? How you doing?
I don't think it's going to work. It's breaking up a bit. Am I breaking up to you?
No,
that's all right. It's all right.
No, I can hear you now.
You're not full robot, mate.
Have I gone robot?
No, you're good.
Is it working?
It is indeed.
So, Mick, obviously this show is about the fundamentals of mixing. Do you have any tips for a new DIYer starting out?
Watch my videos.
Feel free to drop in, mate.
No, well, I can't because I'm just on the phone. So, sat in the cab with the rain coming down. I think what I did, to be honest, I'm quite lucky because I'm friends with Graham, who's actually a master mixer, and Bill, who's a very good mixer. So I took a lot of advice from them. Keep your percentages low. My first one, I put 8% of something and 12% of something else, and it was absolutely diabolical.
Yeah, it's the magic 20% rule, isn't it?
Yeah. Take advice and don't worry too much. That's the thing. You're always going to have a few that are no good, and probably the ones that you've always fancied mixing aren't going to turn out the best. That's probably my advice. That's about the only advice, really. And enjoy it. That's the other thing.
It is. Enjoy the adventure. Don't think that you've got to, just because you love strawberry, don't add 20% in like Mick says. Don't go wild. It's not always the more you put in, the more flavoursome it is, because that just doesn't work. It just gets sickening,
If you put too high a flavour, you can even make it so you can't taste it at all.
Yeah. You mute it and you just get those weird cardboardy notes and just horrible things going on. Shrek says, famous Mick, enjoy, boys.
And don't always think that you've got to put 15 flavours in as well. That's the other thing. You can make a perfectly good vape with 2.
Exactly that.
If you're coming from a commercial juice, if you've only ever vaped commercial juice, buy yourself a little bottle of super sweet as well, because you're going to need that for a start before you wean yourself off it.
Exactly.
Very true.
Good tips. Good tips.
Yeah, I didn't start.
Super sweet isn't the devil, as long as you use it at a low percentage. Some things ask for it, some things don't. It's the same with coolant, isn't it? Some things Coolada works well with, some things WS-23 works with.
Yeah.
Just find your level and don't go wild.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, don't think you're going to just come away from commercial juice and not use any super sweet though, because you're going to probably be your taste buds are going to be disappointed for a start. But
exactly.
I still use little bits, but it's gone right down to nearly nothing now. Just
I mean, even with super clever mixing, you will still need that little bit of super sweet at some point. You might get something that's just a little bit too taut, and I need to just balance that out a little bit.
But of course, some of the concentrates do have sweetener in anyway, don't they? They do have a certain sweetness to them. So if you're clever with your mixing, you generally don't need to go wild.
If you're a fan of Eisenberg, follow Mr. Nevins as well, because he's done a cracking thing called Smurflust, which is very, very near to what you'll ever get from an Eisenberg.
Let's have a look, see if I can find it.
Yeah, Nevins, Nick Evans, absolutely brilliant. He's one of the elite. He thinks he's more famous than me, but he's not.
Yes,
I've actually got Jay's making me a skin what says I'm more famous than Nevins.
See, there's one here. There's one here. Smurf lost Nick Famous Evans, and there's
That's
Smurf
him.
lost
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one you want.
but one's by Mick Beavers.
All right. Did I release it?
One's-
It's the
Yeah.
same stuff. It's the same stuff. I didn't realize I'd made it public. I'll have to make it private again because it's not my recipe at all. But it's the other one. It's the one from Nick himself. He actually made it. There is quite a few things in that one. It's gorgeous. I've been vaping that all week. I've just got a new device come from Vaperesso for review, and it brings out everything in it as well because there's some SSA bubblegum in there that you can taste. Obviously, that blue raz that comes through as well. Obviously, you can make it a little bit cooler if you want to. I think if you look at Nick's and mine, I've put a little bit less WS23 in mine.
Yeah, Nick's is at 1%.
Yeah,
1% on Nick's.
What do you think of Vaperesso's latest stuff, by the way? Because over the past 2 or 3 years, I think they've been hitting the ball out of the park with most of their products.
What was that? Sorry, say again.
I think Vaperesso, since they started making the Vaperesso Polar, I think most of their products have been really good.
I'm a bit new to them, to be honest. They got in touch. We've got a website, and they got in touch through there asking if we'd like to look at some of their stuff. Obviously, I'm only on 600 subs, I think, something like that. And it's quite nice for a big company to approach you, isn't it, in any way, shape, or form? So they sent the pod system out, the Lux Q, and I tried that, and that was good. And then last week, without even saying, they actually sent some more stuff out, which you can't talk about until Wednesday. And there are 2 cracking devices come out. One is especially good, and one is very good, but one is amazing. So I've got a couple of reviews. All the other reviewers have got them as well. But
the biggest question I have for you is it a pod? Because I'm not a pod guy.
It's not a pod. Well, it is a pod, but it's not a pod. Say anything about it, to be honest. He's not allowed to show any photographs on social media or really discuss it until the day.
I'm a bit burnt out by pods at the moment.
It's more of a sub-ohm than a pod, or it could be a sub-ohm pod.
Mr. Ohm Chaser asked, "Isn't VG naturally sweet?" Yes, it is. It is natural. It does have a natural sweetness to it. Where PG is like a. We didn't really discuss PG and VG and the uses and the way they carry flavors. So PG is the substance that obviously this is the main flavor carrier. So when you see a liquid that's 50-50, that's designed to be very flavorsome. It's also what makes the liquid a little bit thinner. The viscosity of this is obviously a lot thinner than vegetable glycerin. So depending on the coils, if it was a pod system, you want a 50-50. That's to make it thinner so it gets through and wicks quicker. And if you're using a sub-ohm or a dripper, 70-30 for maximum cloudage. So yeah.
Yeah, I always mix my mouth to lung stuff 50-50.
Yeah.
Hey,
in the summer, if I'm doing mouth to lung in the summer, I'll do like a kind of a 60 VG 40 just because of the heat. It's bloody hot outside, so I want it to like kind of. But that's probably just me being a finicky little buggerlugs. But I've posted up. That's Nick's Heisenberg. That's Smurf's Lust.
Yeah. That's the stuff. He did release it, yeah. So
I'm just looking at the notes on it, man.
Say again.
Looking at the notes on it, there's one by Net.
Net Reality.
Yeah, he said now this is a replacement for Vampire Vapes Heisenberg, which I treat myself every so often with. I find this better. I do drop the bubble gum down to 1.75, but that's just personal. But that's the thing, you can make it little adjustments to suit your taste.
Yeah, you can. I left the bubble gum in because I'm a big fan of it, and you can actually taste that SSA bubble gum coming through as well. So I think I actually just put a little bit less cooler in it, but I made it in the mouth to lung as well. But it does want boosting a little bit in the mouth to lung. It wants a little bit more of everything, apart from the cooling.
So, Mick, have you got any flavors that you are super proud of? Have you got
any flavors? There's a strawberry custard, I think. Strawberry donut custard that actually Pippa from Pippa's Live got on board with as well. She loves that. She's got comments in there on that one. That was, to be honest though, I think it was Graham that told me about the percentages. I told him what I wanted to, and he told me about the percentages. But it's a strawberry donut, strawberry custard donut. That's what it is. And then
Is it like a strawberry vanilla custard?
Yeah, because I think
or
it's got
just a strawberry jam?
I think it's got B1 in it, so it is vanilla, yeah, strawberry vanilla custard, yeah.
I think I'll post it.
It's there. And there's another one what I call Bangkar custard, which is banana caramel custard, and that's gorgeous as well. And somebody says, "What did you call it, Bangkar custard for?" I said, "Stick your fingers in your mouth and say it."
Right, I'm going to post that Bangkar custard. That needs a post.
That's nice. Yeah.
See, that's a 3 flavour banger as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're quite simple.
Right, I'll be back in a second.
And there's a lot of the mouth to lung stuff I use Mollenberry's Rocket Popsicle and do variations on that. I've just done another one with bubblegum, and I can't remember what else I put in that. And it's just a nice all day mouth to lung sat in the cab, mate.
So when you say mouth to lung, is this high nic or just
high nic? 12 milligram. Yeah, I've got one.
Do you find you have to push up? Yeah. Do you find you have to push up the percentages when you're doing mouth to lung?
Yeah, I always put an extra, probably one of each. Yeah.
So it's about 75%, I think, in general. Some people
Yeah. And I say I always mix it 50-50.
Yeah. So it's easy to transfer, isn't it? You know, but creams and stuff are a bit. I think if you run creams really low, they come out really high in the mouth to lung. If there was a creamy recipe, I'd probably keep that as standard and increase the fruits.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to do more mouth to lung with fruits rather than custards. I don't really seem to get on with that, but I didn't really do a lot of custards until this sort of winter time, and then I got really stuck into them, and I was quite lucky. It's a very sad thing when Mike, the vaping trucker, died, but I actually won a Voltrove through the prizes. And I've just put some, I call it Scuba's nuts. It's not actually Scuba, it's a vanilla nuts. And we call it Scuba's because he was the one that made it, who told us about it. And it's been steeping for a good long while. And I put it in that Voltrove last night, and it's the best it's ever tasted.
How long has that been going on?
It's been steeping for a couple of months.
Yes.
Because I stopped, it's got about, there's a lot of custard in it if you look at it. So it wants 6 weeks anyway. And I stopped mixing because I kept mixing and mixing and mixing. I ended up with like 3 or 4 litres just stood there. So I ain't mixed anything apart from mouth to lung stuff for probably 6 or 8 weeks. So it's been stood there a good long while. I've just dropped it in the top of it. It's a 9mm tank on this Voltrove. And the flavour is banging, absolutely banging. If you follow me on Instagram, I put a picture of it this morning, this Voltrove on there this morning. Late Night Vape Show on Instagram.
So are you just called Late Night Vape Show on Instagram? Anyone watching?
Yeah. And there's a picture of it in there. I took a photograph and put it on there. But say it's very, very difficult to be really excited about accepting prizes, that's come about from a. So I haven't put it on as like, whoa, I've won this. I've just thought, I won this. And I won a mech mod as well. So I was really pleased about it. First thing I've ever won. And somebody said, well, you'll never wick that Voltrove. So I've looked at 3 videos. And up to now, I've wicked it first time. Now, it might be like playing golf, where the first round you ever do is fantastic, and then you always try and get as good as that after. But we'll see. It might be good.
That, for me, is the damn vape Doom Mesh RTA. That is so finicky to do.
Yeah.
You got to be like Moses with the cotton. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not a big mesh fan. Not a big mesh fan, to be fair.
Once you've had a hit. And I've had a Peacemaker over a year, and nearly went out the window once. And because I literally had 2 hands full of juice walking towards the bathroom window, and I thought I'm just going to throw it in the middle of the grass, and then this will be over. Anyway, I kept it, and it was Disco that showed me how to pick that. and the flavour that comes off that's pretty good, but it's nothing compared to this Volta. It's just like a real deep sort of custard coming off it. It's gorgeous.
I'm back
Anyway,
on an old boss. Really enjoyed that, man. Really enjoyed
I
that.
better leave you lads to it because I've actually sat in a cab on a taxi rank plying for hire.
Yeah.
So at some point something's going to happen, and it's going to interrupt your show. But it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Exactly.
And
It was lovely
you.
seeing you, man.
Yeah,
Stay safe.
You better come in and have a word with us. I better not stay on too long because you get kicked nowadays if you do too long goodbyes. Did you watch Simon's show last night? Catch you later, everybody. It's nice to
See you
speak.
later.
Take care, mate.
All right.
Bye, man.
Cheers. Bye.
That was a nice visit. Mick's lovely. Gareth, sorry about that, guys. Gareth is lagging, apparently. How would you go about mixing max VG? Very simply, by not adding any PG. I'll do a screen share of this. Basically, because your concentrates are the PG, if you're mixing a 15% flavouring recipe, it's going to be 15 PG, 18%, 85% VG. So it's not hard to get your head round. I'll do a screen share on create recipe, and I'll show you the maths part of it. It's really easy. But 80-20s, even for the biggest cloud chaser on the planet, is fairly good. Even we've done 60-40s. And they are throwing, man. They are throwing. But it's down to the quality of ingredients you use as well as other things. Right, let's have a look. Let's call it Gareth. So I'll for simple maths, 100 mil, 0 milligram. On here, there's a little box you can tick, max VG. But you could also do it where you could work it out yourself, untick that. We don't want any water or vodka in there. And we could put that 20 PG. It'll auto-calculate it at 80. And then you could go down to here, add a flavour. And I'll just put strawberry. Flavour-based strawberry new. And if I try to put 21% in, it won't let me. I try to put 20% in. It's perfect because that's your 20 PG. Does that make sense? I hope so. So that will be your 20 PG. The rest of it is VG. And it all comes through in the simple maths that I've done. So 80% VG works out at 100.88 grams of VG, 20 grams of strawberry. And that should give you 120. That doesn't add up, does it? That doesn't add up. No, it does. It does. It does add up. So, yeah, that's that one explained, mate. You can hit max VG, and then basically I'll show you on here as well. Do it this way. We could put 12%. Then if you scroll back up, that should have changed to 88. Or not. It doesn't show you. But that will be 12 PG. The rest will be 88 VG. Yeah, it's not hard. It's really not hard. Where's that recipe that we just created? That's really not that bad for it off the shake on. Give that a couple of weeks and then have a little play about with it. It should be really nice.
So Gareth, if you take the original recipe and rather than adding any PG extras, just add VG instead and just substitute out the VG. And that'll give you what was the percentage of the mix by the end?
Where were you?
Flavouring.
Flavouring. If it was 12%, it was 12% flavouring, which is pretty much standard. For a DIY mix, that would be 12 PG, and it would be 88 VG.
And yeah, VG just needs a little bit longer to steep.
Yeah.
If you're going to VG, you just need to steep an extra week or two.
Or if the mix is, if you try to convert a 60-40 mix to like an 80-20 mix, increase your percentages a little bit. Add another 20% on, and give it a little bit more time, like Chris says, and then it obviously just needs a little bit more time to steep.
It just needs more time to homogenise. Because VG is just so much thicker.
That's Simon with his boot.
That's nice.
But yes. Just reading this, I should be reading it on there. It just makes perfect sense. I was wondering if it requires more or less flavour, but that sums it up. Good, mate. Max Badge. Yeah, you'd probably have to finger that for a long time if you want a Max Badge. I don't know
Max
what you'd say.
shake the shit out of it.
Yeah, just for a Max Badge mix, you're going to be going at it in a while. And I've heard today over on the Book of Lies that it ain't big. So you're going to be there for a while. I love Graham's post, man. Quirky as fuck. If anyone doesn't, get offended easily, head over to VUG over on Facebook, the group, because it's fun. It's lovely. You can also go to the Live Lounge community over on Facebook, which is also fun and lovely. And but yeah, I'm not going to plug too many of our services today. This is about mixing, DIY mixing. It's about sharing flavors, sharing the love. What else have we done? Let's have a look at some of the things that we've done that are hidden. See if I fancy unhiding something.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You might need it eventually. We've got some of our new ones on there. The Forbidden Hole. I do believe that's Glory Hole on there. The Forbidden Hole is Glory Hole.
Don't go to Live Lounge, they don't touch you back.
It's not trifle or guava. What was that one? I'm not even going to. It might be something we did develop, and I don't want that out there. Tropicana Biscotti. That one was really very nice. I'd like people to try this one, man. That one should be hidden because that is a bloody good recipe, man. So feel very free to try this one. Tropicana Biscotti is really, really good. Tropicana Biscotti. I'll just type it in.
And hello, Hooked on Funk.
There he is. Hello, mate. How are you doing? Hello, Butte. So I'm going to post that one in there. Tropicana Biscotti, which is a banana caramel biscuit. Feel very free to try that one. Especially you Hooked. Try that one. It's got a bit of papaya in there. Melted caramel, hazelnut V2. Just don't put in anything that you don't have. That could easily do without the papaya. The hazelnut will bring a bit to it. And
I hear you on the no sleep, by the way. 4 hours for 7 days. I'm feeling it.
Well, I was up the other night, Hooked on Funk was in the Grim Green YouTube chat at about 3 a.m. I was thinking, geez, it's got to be 5 a.m. over there. The guy's a machine. Machine. I don't know whether to make a new flavour now. We could do... Right, let's have a look at this biscuit. Let's do another one. Tittles to it. Let's try and create something else.
Maxi Bon.
not a Maxi Bon. Maxi Bon. Right. So I want to do like a biscuit, kind of a little bit of like... I'll come on, man. I'll come on. But it's just night shift, we need to try and get it. Or I'll take a holiday. Moderate, of course. Yeah. Stay safe, man. Stay safe. But I want to mix a biscuit now. Mix a biscuit. Biscuit. So we've got cookie. We've got cereal 27. We've got biscuit by Capella Silverline, graham cracker, cinnamon sugar cookie, cinnamon Danish, and holiday spice. Can anyone try and think about what I'm going to try and mix?
Gingerbready? Gingerbready?
Cinnamon? Right, let's flip it back over. Create recipe. Just needs a bit of brown sugar, and this one would be pretty much there, I think.
Oh, you got to hit home chaser coils. They're not in the ultra hydrosonic.
No. Kilo. Leave it at 70-30. Leave it at 70-30. Add a flavour. So I'm going to add some dark arts. I don't know if that will show up as biscuit. I wish I knew what it changed to. Flavour has changed names, I'm pretty sure. It's not Happy Biscuit. Fuck's sake. I'm just going to tick it. I don't think it's Happy Biscuit, man. It smells good. It smells good. I'm going to write it out first before I go wild.
Gareth's hashtag the ultrasonic hydro cleaner, just making you aware, you know. Patent pending. There's got to be a clash.
What's dark arts changed to? What's dark arts changed to? Damn it. Brain freeze. Oh, balls to it.
I mean, I can walk to the warehouse and ask, but I don't think anyone will be there.
Dark arts. We'll leave it at that. Right. Add a flavour. Biscuit. This is just layering up a little bit. You should see why. So I'll get the cookie. Then I'm going to add biscuit Silverline.
Peter, why are you grenadine again? You need to stop serving your dolly mixtures. Graham's a legend.
He's a little shitbag. So I want a little bit crunch, and a little bit of that's going in. That's why we're putting cereal 27 in. I'm going to run that really low.
Graham, I think you've missed a few lives. Like I had like a full blown hobo beard. It was like down here. Like I could sit down on the streets and like have a cup and people would throw coins. It's just like I need to sort this shit out. Did too many grannies pinch your cheeks?
Right, so we have those cinnamon sugar cookie. I want that in.
Oh, Missy. Yes or no? Peter looks destitute with or without the beard.
You little buggers.
6 years is a combined age. Oh, you try to say I look young, you flirt.
Holiday spice, I want to run that at 1.5. I'm going to try that out, see what it tastes like. There is a lot of biscuit and things backing up the biscuit there, and then smashing it home with a holiday spice, which is like mixed spices. And I'm hoping this comes pretty close to something resembling a Biscoff. It might need some brown sugar. It might need a bit of brown sugar. So let's have a look. Cookie.
I wish I was no more than 12. Unfortunately, I'm 30. These things have happened, and I'm very upset about it. Saying I look about 12. Graham, you've aged brilliantly. And I'm a little bit jealous. Because with a beard, I look homeless.
Isn't it weird how some people look so fucking strange when they shave the beard off, though?
I look like a murderer without it.
Like, I look really old with a beard, but I love having a beard. But then some people shave it off and then they look older. Like the true age comes.
You need more Graham in it than anything you need to taste in your mouth with Graham. I think we should just send him an invite.
Graham, come on.
Just come on, yes. Come on.
Come
sit on Daddy's lap. It's okay. We can talk about it.
I do have a bottle of Glory Hole for Graham. I promised even before we made it, that Graham is getting a bottle of Glory Hole. He loves raspberry donut, and I said I'd try and take him away from it. And I think we'll be able to do it. They'll be like, yeah, can I have a litre of that, Pete?
I'm lining up a poo.
He's always going for a
I've
shit.
never heard that term.
Graham cracker or something. I need to get my nappy nap ready for night shift, don't I? Graham cracker, and then we want a bit of cinnamon, a sugar cookie. Like, I'm layering up subtleness here. So I'm getting the subtleness of the cinnamons in there. Graham cracker is very cinnamony. Well, not very, but it's subtly cinnamon. So it's like a digestive biscuit with cinnamon. The DX one, anyway. And I've gone for cinnamon sugar cookie, so it's like underpinning that cookie and hopefully bonding with the cookie and the biscuit to make a very umptious kind of cookie base. Cinnamon sugar cookie is next. We've already done that. Now we're going for holiday spice. A little bit of spice.
Fug life more cookie.
I feel very like eat a day.
Graham's asking for more cookie.
It's got plenty in, Graham. You will. It's 2, 4, 6, 6.5%, 7.5% cookie. We'll try it, see where it is. And then we're going to add this in. So adding the PG in, adding the VG in.
Graham, you can never have enough cookie in you.
Oh man, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it, dirty boy.
And Missy, what you on about? You'd be young and thin. You're lovely as is.
Find a child-proof safe place here.
Is it crisp-proof? That is the question.
It probably is crisp-proof. Gorilla bottles. All of our bottles are using Gorilla V3s. Even our mess about ones. Hate wasting bottles. That's why I like using the throwaways. In essence, these are throwaways as well, but you know what I mean.
Waste, Peter. Eco. We've got to be more eco.
So I'm going to set that to private just for a while. Because it's going to have trouble and I'm going to get shit for cookie dark arts. No, can't be asked for bullshit today. I'll change it. I need to find out what dark arts has changed to. This bottle must be well over a year old.
It's been 84 years.
But generally, if things go out of date, you can just kind of up the percentage a little bit. A little bit. Right, I'm going to have a drippy drip of that. It might be a little bit high in cinnamon, I don't know. I've not used holiday spice in a long time. It will need a bit of sweetener in there as well.
I love Graham's comment. Missy, don't change. Be happy with who you are. I'll just stay home and shut the curtains. That's what I do. Oh, bless you. Graham, you look perfectly fine, as does Missy. The only thing I'm upset with is the fact that you didn't share that post of your breakfast earlier.
Yeah. Overcooked it on the holiday spice. The cinnamon is really nice in it though. But the other notes in the holiday spice are coming through a bit too strong. I didn't put in 0.85%. 0.85 grams, sorry. I put in like 1.6 grams. I had a slip.
Take care, Gareth. Have a wonderful morning, because it is morning for you.
But because I know I accidentally fucked up and went halfway, double again, what I can do is I can go back through the mix and increase everything else again. There is always a way back. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put any extra holiday spice in, but I'm going to double up on everything else now. What are you thinking with it? Graham cracker. We're going back in. We're going back in, Chris. Graham cracker, 1 gram. Hey. Perfect.
Graham, more sugar. I like it sweet.
It does need a bit of super sweet in there. So we've got a graham cracker. We're going for dark arts cookie. You know what? What I'm going to do? The dark arts cookie does need boosting quite a bit. It does need more cookie in it.
Add some diacetyl.
Yeah, that'll bring the flavour out, man.
Annulance. All in one.
Right, so I need to put 3 grams of cookie in. There we go, lovely. And then cinnamon and sugar. Lovely. Cap 27. Where's that bugger gone? Yeah. Cereal 27.5. Lovely. And biscuit Silverline. You know what? I'm going to bump that up as well. Just because cinnamon is really heavy. We are going to push that up to, sort of find it, edit.
Hello, Hip Hop Juice.
Hello, Hip Hop. Can't say anything, so I'm not on. Are we still on screen share or not?
Yes.
We're still on screen share. And I'm just... I had a bit of a slip. Adding holiday spice at an incredibly high percentage, so I'm bumping it up to 100 mil. So 1.75, I need 2.25, 2.25. And then we'll go back in. But if you cock up and you do accidentally adding more than you think. So, like on the holiday spice, I know that I added like 1.6 grams of that in by accident. So I know that was double the amount needed. So all I've done is I've tracked back and I've added in all the others again. Because it did come out really heavy. And then if it's still too heavy, we know to drop that quite a bit. So I want to go for adding the PG in again.
Graham, I've got to be careful with Kool-Aid because I get like Kool-Aid headaches. So if something's really icy, it just doesn't agree with me.
Is Graham wanting a cool biscuit?
No, it's this week I've been mostly vaping pods from Treat and they're pretty damn good. Icy but good.
Yeah, PG isn't that tasty on your finger, where VG is quite sweet. It's a bit manky, actually.
It depends on the VG as well and where you get it sourced from and where it's actually originated and cultivated from. Because some are really, really sweet and then others are just sort of sweet.
Right, we should be good to rock now. I'll see if that is still public. Have a look at it, have a play with it. No, I didn't unpublish this one yet. It's still private. So this is a Biscoff, and hopefully we're somewhere close. I do feel that it needs some kind of brown sugar element. We do have cinnamon Danish swirl. That could introduce the butteriness, maybe, but I don't want to go wild. I want to try it as is before we make any more. Let's have a look. I'll share it. I'll take it off private. Save. But that strawberry cream that we just made like an hour ago is properly tasty. You can take it any way you want. You can add gelato in there. You can make it into a milkshake. You could turn it into a cheesecake quite easily as well from where it is.
I've heard it's 2 weeks steep on milkshakes. Is that true?
That's a long time, Jordan. No, at a minimum. It's good off the shake, but if you want more from your liquids, you've got to be patient, man. It's kind of forcing a fart, isn't it, a bit? Chris is live. Peter is lounge. Together, they are. Control B. Right. So that is this Biscoff kind of off the cuff. See if we can get it kind of recipe.
Thank you very much for that, Graham. That's nice of you. Cheers.
Yeah.
After a few days I've had it, it's nice.
But we like working with other people. It's so nice. Yeah. Collabs going everywhere. It's lovely.
It is, yeah.
I've been missing out on all these chats because I've been on there. Let's have a look. Graham's, I add some diacetyl. No, thank you. But even that, it's still a bit of a myth, isn't it? Popcorn.
Bye, Graham.
Popcorn long. No one actually ever got it. No one actually ever got popcorn long.
I don't know. The guys in the popcorn factory did.
Yeah, the guys in the popcorn that were inhaling grams of that stuff every single day. They kind of did. They kind of got popcorn long, but Joe Public, they never did. This means we can't use like Cap V1 custard. And
which was the better custard?
It was the nicest custard on the planet. So if you're using it, if you're into DIY, you can still use Cap V1 in your DIY mixes. It just, Cap V2 custard takes a lot longer to steep. And it's not as creamy. But you can add mouthfeel in other ways.
Giggity.
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 There's still a lot of good custards out there, man. You just have to be prepared to wait, is all. I'm going to get rid of that screen share because I did post that recipe. Awesome. Awesome. Right, I'm going to have a drip of this. On the old Wasp Nano because I've just got addicted to this again. Got a lovely 9 wrap Fralian in there. Warming out at 0.4. Perfect. You know, when we were live the other week, I nearly had a draw without putting the top cap on me the other day. I was like, that was a bloody close call, wasn't it? But yeah. I'm going to give it a steep so it's like that there's just too much chemical coming from that holiday spice. I think it might have been Pippa or someone suggested we were talking about Biscoff the other night on the OGA. And I think it might have been Pippa suggested holiday spice. Don't use holiday spice. It's not the way. It's not the way. Going to give that a steep. I mean, it's not rank. It's not awful. It's just not right. So... I think without that and a little bit of brown sugar, and you're probably there.
Brown sugar, sucralose of the gods.
Maybe even brown sugar and a bit of caramel. Maybe. Yeah, add a bit of caramel V2. Let's have a look. Edit. No, I'm going to just totally get rid of that holiday spice. That isn't working. Holiday spice, yeet.
I'm sorry. I've had 2 beers. I'm sleepy.
You know what it is? I think there's just too much ginger coming through. So we're going to get rid of that and add caramel in. Caramel. It probably would even be helped by a bit of silver lime meringue. I'm going to leave it at 1.5%. I think that's a good trade-off. That sounds like a powerful exhale on a vape.
You're vicking it, yeah?
I'm vicking it. Vic.
Come on, can you do it?
Oh, God. I'm doing a Vic. I love Vic. But he vapes out extremely, extremely viciously. Like that. Vapes like that. It's funny, man. It's funny. But yeah, that wasn't what I wanted. You don't always get a winner. You don't always get a winner in DIY. The first recipe was belter. The second recipe was a bit arse. So I've made the adjustments so you guys don't have to experience the arse. I'm still going to steep it because I think, well, I can recover this one. I can recover this one quite happily.
Peter, I've overdripped. It's awful.
You've overdripped. What are you dripping on?
Just blue ras, but oh my god, menthol, just direct to lungs hurts.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of menthol, man. It's just got to be cool, not icy. Oh, I've got a numb bum. A numb buttock. I like some ass. Chris, get your bum out.
I don't have an ass. It's pretty much non-existent. Let's be honest.
Just flat. Like a performing monkey. Chris, do a flip.
I can't do that. I'll break my neck.
But yeah, I think a little bit of steep just to take those weird kind of alcohol-y notes off from the holiday spice. See where that is. I think it needs a touch more cinnamon. Like when you're eating a Biscoff, it doesn't seem that cinnamony, does it?
It's caramel, brown sugar, and then a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah. So we need the brown sugar. We need the caramel in there. Even if we can get like a burnt sugar, I think would work really well, and not just caramel. I'll have a look. I think a gooey caramel, like a Mullenbury caramel, would work really well. Maybe with if we don't have a brown sugar, maybe with the Capella V2 caramel, should make that a lot better. Screw it, I want to do it now. I'll just go and find.
If you're doing it, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. I will be a couple of minutes.
We'll run the VT. Hang on. I just want to get this somewhere near right. Chris, damn you. Right, 2 minutes, guys. We're not going. We'll come back. I just need to get some things.
I apologise. Tea is needed.
Back. I'm back. Chris is still out. Just flew through the kitchen, whapped some food in face, came back with some butterscotch, some caramel V2. So that is where we're going with that. Right, calculator, open back up. Edit. Do. Where we at? So I am adding butterscotch in this. And we are going lowish. 0.25. We are going to add some caramel V2 in there. At 2%. What the hell, Chris? What are you banging about at? They put it on the stove.
I didn't realise I was muted.
I'm going to mute you. Yeah, we'll just get rid of Chris. Yeet, get out.
Cheers, pal.
Kick ban from studio. Remove from stream for a second. There we go. So yeah. I need to get rid of that comment as well. We're not adding diacetyl to anything. Do. Right, so I'm going to add a little bit of butterscotch in this because I was wanting that like kind of burnt, sugary, caramelly taste, and butterscotch is a lot more intense in those notes. Considering we don't have any brown sugar. So it's worth a go. You can't have every flavouring under the planet. Right, so 1.6. I need to bump this up to 100 in here because that's what we did after the cock up. So caramel V2 and butterscotch. So this is the butterscotch of 1.25 grams. I'm really hoping we get a Biscoff here. And then caramel V2 at 2 grams. Sometimes just the littlest changes can make a massive difference, and that recipe has got a lot more involved for something so bloody simple. It tastes, on the thumb of just taking the cap off, it actually tastes like Biscoff. That's before I added the caramel in and the butterscotch. So that's a good sign that it's on its the right way. Get rid of that and save it. And then I'll reshare. And I think this won't be a kick in the arse off, although a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. So I'm adding in this goof. But I like some else. I don't know if Chris is ready or not. He must be making quite a big cup of tea. Obviously shaking above table, otherwise it looks like masturbation. I don't normally drink swill, it was just in the fridge. And I was getting kind of green eyes because Shrek was in the pub. Still going, mate. You're still going. It's been, what, nearly 2 hours, man. Are you still on mute? No, I've unmuted Chris. Yeah, this is a 2 hour, this is a big session for us, man. But we will be wrapping up at the 1:30 because I need to go and have a nap. And I've got chores to do.
And I'm on the gas kettle, so I hope you're really proud. I've actually come back prior to the kettle whistling.
That tastes better. Let's have a little go on this little DNA wasp jobby. See how it goes. As you said, there's a video right under this one saying things to do with a banana, showing how to. So I need to see this. Is it rude?
I've never heard of it, so you're as much in the up to date as me on that one.
That has tamed that down. Now I've just got to imagine it without clove, and I'll remix that one. I will remix that one during the week because I do want to smash Biscoff. I will get it. It needs a steep. It's got loads of caramel, loads of biscuits.
By the way, Peter, the takeaway man arrived. Yes.
I've got half a curry in there, and I made a lovely potato with creamy sauce and chicken and bacon.
Is it a deep fried chicken burger?
I think it's probably tastier than that, to be fair, mate. Imagine like a chickeny creamy sauce with new potatoes and chicken chicken thighs cut into bits, and
I'm not allowed
bacon
potato.
and garlic and cheese. So it's got like a fondue with potatoes and mate. Get the hell out of here.
I'm allergic. Sensitive to all forms of nightshade. I shouldn't have tomato or chili, but I do, and I regret it every time.
but people have asked what makes you like so good at like creating things. It's like because I do fucking stupid things in the kitchen and they tend to work. Yeah, I would give that a couple of days sleep. I wouldn't say it's a resounding success. It might settle down a little bit, but don't use holiday spice if you're wanting to create a Biscoff because it's just too many different spices in there. So I will be telling Pippa. I think it was Pippa. That no holiday spice. No, does not work as a Biscoff.
But Biscoff is brown sugar and cinnamon, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think maybe start. I don't know if it was Pippa. But
maybe a bit of burnt sugar as well.
That's why I've just added in butterscotch and caramel V2.
I always forget about nutmeg, Missy.
Does it have nutmeg? I think it does have nutmeg. I really do think it does have nutmeg. Right. I'm going to go on the notes and add in nutmeg. Nutmeg required. I'll put a comment on ours. Put my own comment on it. So feel very free to try it. Feel very free to try it if you've got those ingredients at home. Why have I put caramel, and caramel V2? Edit. Damn you. That needs to go.
I love breakfast. It's the best time.
I love breakfast. No, that was. I'm just going to go through these. We've got cinnamon sugar, that's in. 0.27, that's in. Biscuit in. Caramel V2 in. DX graham crackers in. Cookie. That's in. Under the wrong name. Butterscotch. That's all. Right, so that doesn't need in there. I don't know what even that is doing in there. Little sneaky bugger. Right, and that is us. Done. Time for sleep.
I love the fact that we're both going to pretty much nappy nap at the same time.
I know, but I'm working overnight. Oh no, you just want a nap after eating a big burger. There's a difference. But I've added notes on there, Missy, that add a bit of nutmeg in there. I think it isn't missing nutmeg. You're right. But yes, lovely to see you all. We always end abruptly, don't we? There doesn't seem to be like a wind down. There's never like a wind down. It's like, okay, later, guys.
See you back.
We need like nap time, story time at the end, just to get everyone nice and chilled, nice and relaxed, ready.
Just a voice, just to do a little story at the end.
Yeah, just 5 minutes of hooked on the end would wind it down lovely. But we don't have that, so you're just stuck with our faces. Banana, you need something more solid. yeah, I need something a bit stiffer than a banana. That's going to mush up on impact. But yeah, lovely having you on, Shrek. It was lovely having Mick on. Lovely having everybody in the chat here talking away. I do realise it's been 2 hours of a Sunday where everybody does want to just nap. Frozen sausages, right? Frozen sausages. Apparently. But yeah, it's just been great, man. It's been lovely seeing you all. Obviously, we will be returning back to our Saturday slot. It was just today was, we didn't want to be away for too long. And obviously we were doing charity last night. It didn't happen because I was, let's get it on. We were doing romance night. So last night didn't happen. So yes, lovely seeing you guys, and we will catch you very, very soon. Stay tuned. Lots of things coming.